Welcome to TimeClock Plus on humanity.com. Whether you're an employee tracking work hours or a manager handling scheduling, this platform makes workforce management easy. I'll walk you through the dashboard, the key features, and how to navigate everything step by step. So let's get started. When you first log in, you'll land on the dashboard. This gives you an overview of everything happening in your workspace. And at the top of the page, you will see 9 main tabs. Let me quickly explain what each one does. So for the dashboard, this is pretty much the home page where you will see all of the key details and information that you will need throughout your time clock plus experience. In the shift planning, this is where managers can create and adjust employee schedules. Employees can also check their assigned shifts. So as you can see, when you click on shift planning, this is pretty much like a calendar and a schedule overview. So for these like days, you will see those different events that are assigned to those days. So yeah, it's pretty much what it says it is. It is shift planning. Now for time clock, this is similar to the panel on the dashboard. So this tab is dedicated to tracking time entries, breaks, and overtime. You can clock in by simply tapping on this button, and there you go. You have now clocked in at 9:18 p.m. And you could even click to add a note. Like for example, I've clocked in and now clock out. It's going to basically write it over here. And these are your timesheets. As you can see, you have your clock in time and your clock out time. And this pretty much shows the length of the distance between your clock in and your clock out. So let's say you clocked in at 9 p.m. and clocked out at 10 p.m. The length will be 1 hour. And the date, of course, it's the date today. And if you have a break, you could just simply put it in. Like, there we go, I'm going to clock in again. And here's the break option. Now that we're on break, you can continue the shift, like after your break is finished. And then you can clock out. And there you go, it's going to show up here again. As you can see, we had a break of 4 seconds. And yeah, that is how you can clock in with the time clock. For the leave section, this tab handles all time off requests. Employees can request to leave, and managers can approve or decline requests. So you can tap on this to request a leave, select an employee, and then the leave type, and then the date, like for example, what date you're planning on taking your leave, whether it's only for 1 day or maybe like a week or any amount of days, and then the reason or comments for this leave. Once you type this all in, simply submit the request, and then the manager will simply have to approve or decline this leave. And if they do approve, you will be able to go on leave, but if they decline, then you won't be able to go on leave. Now, on to training. If your company has training sessions, they'll be listed over here. It helps with employee development. So yeah, like I said, this is only for the case of if your company has a training session. For the staff, this section stores details about all employees, including their roles, contact information, and work history. So as you can see, their cell phone will be listed over here, their home phone, email, permission, and status. You could add employees if you want to by simply tapping on this blue button right here, and then add their first name, last name, and email. After you do, you could simply just add more information once you tap on their employee name, like their phone or whatever. For availability, employees can submit their availability so managers can create schedules that work for everyone. So if you're an employee, you could set the dates for which you are available, and basically that tells the manager which employees he should put on which days. For payroll, of course, this tab helps managers calculate work hours, overtime, and wages before processing payroll. Simply just look over the work hours and you will be able to determine what kind of wages you have to process. For reports, finally, if you need detailed insights on attendance, work hours, or productivity, you'll find all of the reports here. So as you can see, there are quite a lot. You have the schedule summary, which you can view the shifts and number of hours scheduled per employee by position, location, and day. Position summary, which you can view the number of hours scheduled by position and group by location. Hours scheduled, this views the number of hours scheduled for employees during a certain time period. Budget, you can view the budget against scheduled shifts for each location during a certain time period. Shifts scheduled, this is where you can view the shifts scheduled for each employees during a certain time period. Shift exchanges, view the number of trades and pickups during a certain time period by employee. Open shifts, view the status of open shifts. This is useful for seeing where you have the empty slots. Conflicts report, view tasks by position, location, date, type of task, and other data. Crib sheet, this prints out a handy crib sheet for any given day, and it's useful for keeping track of breaks or hours offline. Timesheet summary, view the number of hours employees have clocked by day and week. Timesheets, this views the number of hours employees have clocked. Timesheet attendance, view the number of shifts, hours, and employees have clocked, as well as how often they have been late or absent. Attendance statistics, view the number of shifts and hours employees have worked, as well as how often they've been late or absent. Vacation statistics, the number of days employees have been given for vacation, or how many were rejected and left outstanding. Availability, view the availability of employees during a certain time period. Unavailability, which is the opposite of this. This is where you can see the unavailability. Hourly availability, this views the number of available employees every hour in a day. And staffing level report, view staffing level report by positions, locations, data, and other data. And if you want to add another report section, like if this isn't enough for you, you could always send a request for them and they will consider adding the new requests and new report data. So that's pretty much it for the reports and all of the tabs here at the top. Now let's move back to the dashboard and I'm going to explain what each of these panels do. For the time clock, this is where employees can clock in and out. It keeps track of work hours and breaks. For the who is on now, this panel shows a real-time list of employees who are currently clocked in. It's useful for managers to monitor staff availability. Shared files. This section allows you to upload and access important documents such as company policies or schedules. On leave, of course, this panel shows which employees are currently on leave so you can manage scheduling accordingly. Upcoming shifts. Here you'll see the next scheduled shift for employees. It helps with planning ahead. Late for work. This section alerts managers if an employee is late for their scheduled shift. Annual anniversaries. It highlights employees' work anniversaries, making it easier to recognize their contributions. And finally, birthdays. This reminds you of upcoming employee birthdays, which can be great for team morale. And yeah, that covers everything on the dashboard, but there's a lot more you can do on this platform. And that's it. You now have a complete overview of Time Clock Plus on humanity.com. So here I taught you all of the tabs here at the top, how to clock in and out, and how to take breaks, and also the main dashboard, which shows the most important sections of TCP Humanity. Whether you're tracking time, scheduling shifts, or managing payroll, this platform keeps everything organized. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments down below if the tutorial worked or if you have any questions. Thank you and goodbye.